I see the 18R out there, but I don't see the 49K of Keelik. Meanwhile, inside row 3 should be the 55 of Chris Clark. We saw him in practice. Outside of him will be the 68 of Kenny Wright in row 3. There's the 55 of Chris Clark coming out. In row 4, we've got on the inside the 15 of Daniel Lopez back in his own car tonight. Hopefully he's got the bugs worked out of that one. And then outside row 4 will be the 71W of Sam Wilcox. I want to thank Sam for bringing his car all the way up from Corpus Christi and joining us tonight. I hear one more coming down the chute. There he is, the 49K, Robert Keelik. Usually he's in that bright green 92R, but it looks like he might be in a new ride or possibly a borrowed ride tonight. So we'll see how he does with that one. 8 cars for your first heat race in our B Factory stocks, and we're going to go 8 laps with these guys. 8 laps the distance. So right now on the pole, the 95 of Charles Obel leading them around at a snail's pace, making sure we get this lineup right before we catch turn 3 and 4 and go green flag racing. All right, according to my lineup sheet, we look good. Make sure everybody looks good. We'll see if the lights go out around the track. Everybody waiting in anticipation for that first green flag drop of the night. Our flag man getting his arms stretched out here. Looks over as they enter into turn 3. They lock bumpers. And here we go, green flag racing. They're off. A little bit of a delay as we get started, but there they go. A little bit of uncertainty for our beginner factory stocks, but they're 3 wide into turn 2. The 68 of Kenny Wright picking up a couple spots. Here he comes, almost up to second, now taking over. And the 49 of Robert Keelik, Bobby Keelik, here he comes, taking the first lap. And there goes the 68 of Kenny Wright picking up second place. Here comes the 00 of Zach Freeman challenging for third. I see a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath the 49K machine. Hopefully it's not anything too big. But right now in control of this race is Bobby Keelik as he goes high in turn 3 and 4. Hopefully he doesn't leave the door too open. But look out, here comes the 68 of Kenny Wright. Here comes the 71W of Sam Wilcox now, challenging for third, goes underneath the 00 of Zach Freeman. Freeman goes way high in turn 4, almost catches the wall as he lets the 71W Wilcox go by, but now challenging again. They're 2 wide coming down the backstretch. The 68 of Kenny Wright working the bottom side of this track, trying to get around Bobby Keelik, and he does. He takes the flag right here. 68 of Kenny Wright takes over the lead. Working the bottom side of this track. Oh, we got one slowed up in turn 4. That's the 18R of Chris Vincent. Oh, the 71 Sam Wilcox getting off the track. Followed by the 95 of Charles Obel. But we lose 2 real quick. 2 laps to go. 68 of Kenny Wright now catching up to lap traffic. 1 lap. One lap to go for Kenny Wright. Bobby Keelik in second, and the 00 of Zach Freeman getting a little sideways coming out of turn 2. The 18R of Chris Vincent doing a little bug spray coming out of turn 3 and 4. Kenny Wright taking the checkered flag. Oh no! 00, Zach Freeman, takes the checkered flag as he drags the right side of that car all the way down the front stretch wall. We'll see what kind of damage he got on the right side of that car. But on the last lap, the 00, Zach Freeman from Three Rivers, drags that car down the front stretch wall. Hopefully not too much damage. Hopefully he can get that one repaired and back out for the feature. But here we go with our second. No, I got limited modifieds. Second race of the night, limited modifieds. One heat race. Six cars tonight. We're going to go 8 laps. The heat race here tonight for the limited modified. Starting on the pole should be the number 7 of Lupe Gomez. We'll see if he jumps up there. Outside row 1 should be the 96 of Jared Maupin, although I don't see Jared out there right now either. So the 7 of Lupe Gomez. There goes the 96 of Jared Maupin. So the 7 of Lupe Gomez on the pole. Outside of him, the 96 of Jared Maupin. Inside row 2, the 95 of Sterling Tausch. Outside row 2, 28M Mason Castaneda. Inside row 3, keep an eye on this one, folks, the 90 of Dustin Butcher. And then outside of him, the 11T of Alan Torres. Alan driving Tom Grothew's limited modified tonight. And then at the end of the pack here, this will be interesting. We've got the number 5. I believe that's Cody Clark in an IMCA modified. Wanted to make sure he was able to participate in racing tonight, so we tossed him in with the limited modifieds. So 7 cars out on the track. Flagman looks them over. The number 7 of Lupe Gomez on the pole. Here we go, folks. Green flag. '96 of Jared Maupin jumps out to the early lead. The 95 of Sterling Tausch. Big problems down the backstretch. He loses a couple spots. Jared Maupin takes the first lap. Here comes the 28. The 28 of Mason Castaneda jumps up into second place. The 11T, Alan Torres, now challenging for third. He works the bottom side of the track, trying to get around the number 7 of Lupe Gomez. Here comes the 90 of Dustin Butcher. The 90 of Butcher now jumping up into fourth. Keep an eye on him. Working the bottom side of this track. Jared Maupin coming out of turn 4, making it look easy right now. We're halfway. Halfway for Jared Maupin in the 96. All right, folks, keep an eye right now for that third place battle. 11T of Alan Torres and the 90 of Dustin Butcher. Dustin Butcher creeping up to that back bumper. I don't think the 11T of Alan Torres knows he's there. Now he does, as they're side by side coming out of turn 4. Alan Torres looked out his driver window and saw a big yellow number 90 coming at him. And here comes Dustin Butcher challenging for third spot. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. The only battle on the track right now is that third place battle. Dustin Butcher working the bottom side. Now he's got lap traffic to his advantage. Lap traffic coming up for Alan Torres. We'll see who spreads who. Dustin Butcher working the bottom. Here he comes, Dustin Butcher. Oh my goodness. Dustin Butcher making the squeeze play coming out of turn 4. He may have put the number 5 of Cody Clark in the wall a little bit as he split the 11 and the 5. Good battle right there for the finish for third place in the limited modifieds. The 96 of Jared Maupin, no competition for him, and the 28 of Mason Castaneda picking up the easy second place. That'll be an interesting battle to watch later on tonight. Tough group of 3 or 4.
Wheel to wheel, battle for the race lead. New race lead down the backstretch.
Here comes Brady Perfect.
Couple heavy hitters at the back of this heat race right here, so we'll see how they navigate this traffic. Starting on the pole, the 19 of Barry Quaid. Outside of him from Elmendorf will be the 08 of Alton Fambro. Inside row 2 would be the number 10 of Landon Souter, also from Elmendorf. And then keep an eye on these two folks. The 104, the 10-4 of Brandon Brzezowski from Lavernia, Texas. And the 89C of Stephen Whitaker Jr. coming up from Robstown. Brandon Brzezowski always fast here, picking up several wins last season. And then the 89C of Stephen Whitaker Jr., he went to compete up at Bristol, Tennessee, and did real well at the feature race at Bristol up there at the high bank. So we'll keep an eye on those back two and see what they do. But don't look for them to stay in the back long. Stephen Whitaker Jr., always a big fan of jumping up several spots right on the first couple turns. We'll see what he's got planned for us tonight. Right there, the green flag coming out of turn 4. Contact between your competitors. We go 3 wide down the backstretch, almost. Getting busy early in this heat race. Oh, the number 10 of Alton Fambro, look out. Getting pelted with rocks up here in the stands. Oh my goodness, the number 19 getting sideways down the backstretch. He goes high in turn 4 and almost loses it. But there goes Whitaker Jr. now taking over first place in this race. He passes the number 10 of Landon Souter and takes over the top spot. Here comes the 10-4 of Brandon Brzezowski, challenging for second now. And we're halfway this time by. Brandon Brzezowski doing all he can to try to get around the 10 and do so safely. The operative word right now while we have a few laps left in this heat race, but as time winds down, he may not want to make that pass safely. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. Here comes Brandon Brzezowski now, challenging for second. The 08 of Alton Fambro getting a little sideways in turns 1 and 2. Brandon Brzezowski gets on the binders. One lap to go. Right now, no competition for the 89 of Stephen Whitaker. We look to turns 3 and 4 as Brandon Brzezowski and the 08 of Alton Fambro take second and third spot. Somewhere along the way, we lost a car there, I think. Down the backstretch, we got a lot of smoke coming out of the number 10. Hopefully not too bad, not a catastrophic failure. But here comes your next set of late models for heat race number 2. Now this ought to be a fun race to watch, folks. Most of these guys very evenly matched, except for the number 12. Most of these guys evenly matched in these older late models. So we should have a pretty fun race. Also the number 29 of Jamie Campbell in a brand new to him late model tonight. He just put that thing together. So starting on the pole, the green number 57 of Jason Kelly. Outside of him, the 29L of Jamie Campbell. Inside row 2, the 12 of Cody Hardage. Keep an eye on that one, folks. He's always fast. Outside of him will be the 12D of Carl Dyer in the red and black number 12. And then bringing up the rear is the 14 of Dennis Hilla. Here we go, folks. Flagman looks him over. Green flag in the air. Late model round number 2. Jamie Campbell on the top side, Jason Kelly on the inside. They're side by side going down the backstretch into turn 3. They stay side by side coming down to the flag stand. Give that one to Jason Kelly, lap number 1. Right now they're clogging up the track. The number 12 of Cody Hardage has nowhere to go right now, as Jason Kelly and Jamie Campbell take the top and bottom side of this track. But here he comes. Now sneaking along the bottom is the 12 of Cody Hardage. He found a spot and made it work. Hardage now taking over the top spot. We'll see if Jason Kelly has anything for him. Halfway this time by for your leader, Cody Hardage in the 12. Then we got Jason Kelly and Jamie Campbell running down the backstretch. Jamie Campbell likes the top side of this track. Working the top side. Here comes the 29. The 12 of Cody Hardage now having to fight around lap traffic. We'll see if he navigates it successfully. And there he goes. The 14 of Dennis Hilla going way high in turn 4, making sure to get plenty of room for your leader right now. Right now, the 14 of Dennis Hilla having all sorts of problems getting around this racetrack, fighting a tough, tight race car. Now the 57 and the 29 slip around. Oh, the 29 gets caught behind the 14 of Hilla. Give the race win to the 12 of Hardage. Here comes Jason Kelly for second, and the 129 of Campbell for third.